Matt hit me up. Think about this question 10 years ago or 3 years ago. How long will it take USC to realize they went from being a top 3 in a power league to the 9th best Big Ten program? Matt, I do not believe USC is the 9th best Big Ten program. I'm going to have you list the 8 programs better than USC. This is an extreme that I'm not willing to go to. Now, if you tell me that you think USC may be the 5th best program in the Big Ten right now, I would agree because I put them there the other day. Now, I define program different than team. I define program as a mixture of on-field results over the last 3 years, stability and resources over the last 3 years, and talent acquisition. And if you blend those 4 things, that's where USC falls. In their new conference, they fall around the 5th spot, 4th, 5th, 6th, somewhere in there, with obviously a ceiling of being number 1. They could be the number 1 program in the Big Ten. Not everyone's capable of that. And so are they going to be comfortable with it? Like, what are they going to think about it? They'll think what they think about it. I will say this, though. The good news for USC fans, especially if you think I'm wrong about that, or if you think Matt's wrong about it, which I do, because they're not 9 programs or 8 programs better than USC. That's an extreme. But if you think I'm wrong, and you think there aren't even 5 better, USC will prove that wrong this year. Colin or Bradley, whoever's punching in there, do you have the schedule for USC this year? Because I think something should be noted. So USC opens with LSU in Las Vegas, and then they have Utah State. All right, so if you think about USC this year, you could say out loud, whoa, they're going to the Big Ten. That's a tough conference, and that's a tough schedule. And it is. But if you dive a little deeper, their toughest games, think about this. They go to Michigan, but it's in the middle of a rebuild year maybe for Michigan. They go to Washington, total rebuild year for Washington. They do not play Ohio State. They do not play Oregon. They get Notre Dame at home late in the year. They play LSU neutral site to begin the year, LSU neutral site to begin the year, LSU breaking in a new quarterback. So my point there is, if we're wrong and USC is better than we expect, they ought to play for the Big Ten championship this year, because that schedule is not a murderer's row, and their biggest road games, very advantageous spots for whoever they're playing to be in for USC. So I look for a whole different set of reasons. I think the Lincoln Riley experiment this year and in coming years is just fascinating, because it's a guy who has realized the criticisms about him have validity. That he's an offensive guy, but his teams aren't tough enough. They can't get stops. Defensively, they're just an afterthought. And that's been true, and he realized it, which most of them don't. They're just too prideful to do it, and so he's trying to change it. It's not going to be overnight. People are going to expect a final result week 1, and that's not going to be the case. But I think that's going to be really fun to watch this year.